Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's lovely to do this with you. So, what was Rossini? What was he like? I don't know whether any of you have ever seen any pictures of him, but it is quite extraordinary. As a young man, not as a very young man, but like after the Barber, when he was 25, 35, he looked incredibly like Arthur Scargill. So what is this sound world that he developed? Why is it so special? Well, this is a very good piece to start with, to think about Rossini's style and his world and his genius. It is genius. He was very strict about his music, and this is one of the problems that we have nowadays, because his music is, can you believe this, so difficult to perform. It's unbelievably hard. I would characterize it by saying, in Rossini's music, there is no fat. There is nothing you can hide behind. It's either perfect or it's disappointing. And for us, the players, the conductors, singers, it's really, really challenging. Now, we're very lucky tonight to have a marvellous young mezzo-soprano with us, and who's learnt the role of Rosina, and we're going to sort of work on it together a bit, aren't we? If you wouldn't mind. No, is that all right? Just to show you what goes in to making Rossini Rossini. The first quality over everything else of Verdi's operas, I don't know, I mean, maybe you would disagree, is drama. Donizetti is charm, beautiful melodies. With Rossini, it's the rhythms. The rhythm seems in his music to be more important than anything else. That's not to say that he didn't write beautiful melodies or that he didn't write wonderful ensembles. But everything that everybody does is powered by the sense of the rhythms. The rhythms have to crackle. They can't just go wah, 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 wah. They've got to have da, 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 da. There's like a motor inside every page. Now that has to be rehearsed. So when we first see Rosina, we've heard her voice in the first scene, but we haven't seen her. We don't know what sort of personality she is. We don't know what to expect. So the music starts. So it's rather polite. It's rather courtly. It's rather formal. It sounds unexpected with these jagged rhythms. Elegant, 18th century music. Do it again and make the loud bits louder and the quiet bits quieter. Great. So that to me suggests somebody of personality. Somebody with a twinkle, somebody with determination. The boldness of the musical gestures. But we haven't actually, she hasn't really opened her mouth. We don't know anything about her. And then the music's completely different. So it has great contrast, but above all, it has these rhythms. Da-da, da-dee, da-ba-dee, da-ba-dee. As if the rhythmic gestures are more important to him than the melody gestures, because all the melodies seem broken up, don't they? It seems fractured. So she starts.
Una voce poco fa, qui nel cor mi risuonò. Il mio cor fritto è già, ed intorno che piagò. Sì, l'inverno mio sarà, lo giurai, la vincerò. Sì, l'inverno
So she says, I swear I will overcome this whole situation and I will get that student because I like his voice, I like his looks, and he's got fabulous coloratura. Now, one of the problems of doing this music, now you must understand, ladies and gentlemen, I've never heard Rachel sing before. She's incredibly brave to come and just sing out to us all tonight. But what I think would be interesting for you all would be if I was to nudge her and get her to do things slightly differently, perhaps, and see whether or not we think it's a better effect. One of the problems about doing all this Italian music is that there aren't so many notes. If you think about what you've just heard, there seem as many rests and gaps between the notes as there are notes. All music has to have pulse. Without our pulse, crotchet equals 60, you know, the old basic pulse, we die. Music, if it's to speak to us, must never die. The word for dying in Italian is morendo or calando, which means dying away. And that's the end, you know, it's something's dying. If we don't have pulse, we don't have engagement, we don't have intensity or direction in the music. Okay? You sound fantastic. Lovely to hear your voice. Absolutely terrific. Let's try and find the pulse. Okay? We can change the pulse. The pulse doesn't have, I mean, our pulse gets faster when we get excited, calms down when we're, you know, calmer. Let's imagine that the pulse might be a little bit faster. Just, Richard, go from the two piano, da-da-dum, da-da-da, a little bit faster. Ah, that's good. Okay, bravo. No double N, suono. Mi suono. Is there anybody here who speaks Italian? Ah, Valentina. Valentina cara, vieni. By an incredible coincidence, my Italian coach is here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Valentina di Taranto, where the tarantella comes from. She's very brave. Give her a round of applause, for God's sake. Two things that a language coach must have. An ear for when they don't pronounce the words correctly, but a much more crucial ear for how the music of a language must be developed in an artist. Okay? So the first thing is that it's mi suono, isn't it? Yes. Not suono, okay? The control of the consonants in Italian is one of the hardest things. Was there anything else?
A couple of things. She's very good, but still I ask her to make some mistakes just to show to show what the difficulties of the opera can be. Maestro talked about rhythm, and the rhythm at the entrance, the first bars, is very tight. There are some...
It's very what?
Tight.
Tight.
So it's very difficult to keep the first vowel long and not to double the second consonant,
right,
which is something that eventually people do. So that's something which happens here at the beginning. Una voce poco fa. Keep the vowel very long and don't double this N, this C, and this.
Try it.
Yeah?
Try it. Difficult. Straight in. 1, 2.
Una voce poco fa, qui nel cor mi suonò.
Was that better?
That's very good. Thank you.
Do you know, I don't know whether you've ever practiced Italian. Perhaps you're all wonderful Italian speakers. But one of the hardest things is that the Italian tongue, in order to do their language, has to be incredibly brilliant. I call it like a snake's tongue. When I was young, I used to practice in the bathroom mirror to see whether I could make my tongue work faster and quicker for me. And the only way to do it, when you do change all the vowels, but just having one L. Go on, do it. You see, you're all so lazy, your tongue's going la 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 la. We say la la la, but they don't. They do la la. Do that. Now, if Rachel does poco fa, qui nel cor, mihiri, it sounds gorgeous. There's nothing really wrong with it. But if she finishes the notes before the silences as acutely as she starts them, perhaps it would be better. Just do the da-dum-da-da.
Una voce poco fa, qui nel cor mi risuonò. Il mio cor.
No, it's still a demi.
Il mio cor.
That's it. So you've got to do mio cor. She's got mio, which is mine, yeah, and io is two vowels, two naked vowels, mio. But she's got to do them in the same speed as she did a much easier syllable just before. Il mio cor.
Il mio cor ferito è già.
Now, what are you doing there?
Oh, I was just doing a little twiddle, but I don't have to.
Okay. A perfect way to come into this terrific topic. The diva said she was just doing a little twiddle. I mean, I'm a bit hardline about this, I don't mind confessing. I love a bit of twiddles now and then. But why do you want to do one there?
I don't know. Because I'm about to say his name.
Worse and worse. She doesn't even know why.
I'm about to say his name for the first time.
You're going to say his name, but doesn't asking the audience to listen to your ability to decorate the composer's original notes, doesn't that take away from actually the colouring of the name?
No, probably it does.
Probably. Okay. Now, there's another thing, just to sort of bring you into the style, because all this is about style. When we had an evening together talking about Puccini, I seem to remember, I talked about the Puccini style. The Verdi style is not the same. When a singer has this rhythm, teen, da-da, and Richard and I have got to go teen, da-da, yeah? We can't be late. Now, it's very, very difficult. Sometimes Richard's late because he just mistimes it. But to get it right is incredibly difficult. Now, I would say to you that when you have a sharp rhythm, a tight rhythm, as Valentina would call it there, I have to try and put my beat on the little note. So, although it's written una vo, I would conduct una vo. Do you see, I just do it a bit early. Il mio cor ferito è già. And that gives him the signal that he can play. If I do it the other way, il mio cor ferito è già. Well, he's too good, he gets it right anyway. But when it's 30 string players trying to pizzicata, unless my beat is a fraction ahead of her beat, we will be late. Again, whole thing. Okay, now, there's another thing to notice here, that she started singing it really wonderfully when she started conducting as well. Did you notice? She started conducting. Now, that's a problem, but it helps you because it frees you in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah? But I have to say to the singers all the time, be free, do what you want with your body, but let the conducting fall on my shoulders. Again. Okay, now, there's no point. If you can get 2 bars right, the next 2 are easier. And.
Mi lascio reggere, mi fa guidar me Oh